So I guess what I was saying last episode. Welcome
Hey guys, welcome back to Bloodborne.
Right up where I left off.
It's been lovely not talking to y'all for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Actually hasn't stopped.
Yeah. What my biggest pet peeve in horror movies is when they lead you on to think it's gonna be something supernatural and then it's not. I fucking hate that shit.
That is kind of stupid. Although, unless they do it really well, like you said, like The Cabin.
I don't know about that.
Well, because they did it really well.
Oh, you mean Cabin in the Woods?
Cabin in the Woods. Sorry, that's what.
Okay, because The Cabin is a totally different movie.
Oh yeah. Okay, fair enough. Heal.
No.
Or go back to.
Yeah, I'm running home.
Okay.
I'm running home.
Might as well.
Where no one can hurt me.
All right.
Back to my safe space. Yeah. Anyways, you wanted to dive deeper into your own mind and
I forgot.
tell us the Chucky story.
Oh, the Chucky story. Do you want the short version or the long version?
We have a whole episode. Give me the long version.
I don't remember the long version.
All right. Then give me the medium version where you filled in bits and pieces with made-up shit.
Oh, this will be fun. Okay, so it was still around the same time, I believe, within that same year and a half or so that we were living at my grandma's. And I do remember okay, actually I do remember the story. I do remember my part in the story because my sisters have their own Chucky stories. And we didn't know about each other's stories for a bit there. Yeah. Until, my mom, we were all sitting down one day and we were all just talking about it. And then my mom was like, yeah, I already knew all y'all's because I was there for a lot of them myself. And I was like, crazy. And we talked to her about that shit.
Yeah.
And we called it Chucky because we saw the movie. In case y'all didn't catch that in the other episode. Chucky was this little demon or ground gnome thing or something with crazy red hair, which is why we called it Chucky.
Okay.
And it was about our size, and according to some people or some things that we've read up on it, just I guess general human lore and suspicions of what these things are. It's just exactly that. It's a little demon that pretty much pranks kids and lures them down into their layers and shit, and then eats them or some crap or something. Or,
I mean, what else are you gonna do with children? Or you don't want to keep them.
Yeah, or feeds on their youth or something like that. I don't remember. It's not like Gravity Falls where they end up trying to marry you.
Lame.
Right. Well, either one of those options is pretty lame. But anyways,
I'd marry a pack of gnomes.
Ew.
Oh. Don't fucking judge me.
That's pretty much what Toad is from Super Mario. You know that, right? Just a gnome.
His whole body is shaped like a dick.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I just remember one day, my grandma was babysitting me, and she was like, "Pick up all your toys, mijo, put them in your toy chest." And I was like, "Okay." And I picked up all my toys that I was playing with and put them away. And then she came in there 20 minutes later to see why it was taking so long because I just had a few out, right? And she was coming in there and she was kind of angry already because she was like, "What is going on?" I like how y'all both looked at each other.
Right.
It was like, "Oh shit, run, pursue." That was great. All right, but yeah, so she was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And she came in there, and I was under the bed, and I remember just seeing her feet, and she was, walking around, screaming all of a sudden, 'cause she was just, mad screaming, not, terrified screaming.
Okay.
And she was just, yelling my name and yelling at me to come out, and, yelling about the toys being, everywhere, all around the room.
Yeah.
And then she found me, and she was just like, what did you do? And, pulled me out from under the bed, and there were, toys, everywhere, just thrown fucking all over everything, this whole toy chest filled with shit.
Yeah.
Legos and other crap just everywhere. Even up in the top corners of she had these bookshelves that had that went from the floor all the way up to maybe just above
He gets me every time.
Actually, so
okay.
Where those paintings kind of are.
Yeah.
So I'm tiny.
Okay.
Right? I'm this.
Yeah, so the toys are in places that you couldn't possibly have gotten.
Ever. Yeah, I've told you this story before, haven't I?
Nah.
Oh, you said that exact thing to me.
Are you sure it was me?
Yes, it was you, because he said it just like that.
That does sound like something I would say.
Yeah.
That is exactly the way I phrase things.
Yeah. Anyways, so...
Were we drunk when you told me this story?
Probably every single time, because I've definitely told you these stories, and I've definitely told you more than once, but they were probably on Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, nights that we hung out drunk on Halloween.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's probably been like 6 years since I've told you them.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just remember it because I like remembering my friends' reactions to these stories. But yeah, so like she's yelling at me, right, and like yelling at me, and she's like, "How did you do this?" Even like by this point, it's kind of starting to turn into like confusion.
Yeah.
And then she's like picking up all the toys, and she's like, I remember her looking at me, and then she goes to like she's like yelling at me and chastising
No, don't
me
wander
still.
off. Get back here.
As she's like lifting the lid to the toy chest, and so she's not looking at the toy chest as she's like stuffing toys in, and it's barely open, and then the toy lid like just like flies open, and out like come like a few toys, and like this little man like that we called Chucky, and he's just like giggling and cackling and runs through the house straight through to the back door, and just like runs into like one of these holes that were like in the back of her yard, which were run. Ashley, always be dodging. You're gonna lose your souls, or your bloods, or your echoes, or whatever. Get them all one fell swoop. You had them.
Oh no.
Oh, better dodge.
Oh no. Oh no.
You're just
Oh no.
so damn good at this game.
Oh no.
But yeah, so she saw him that one time, I think, maybe
Yeah.
some other times. I know my mom said she's seen him a couple times, but the holes were only like a foot across and like a foot or so deep. Like not even a foot across. They were like this big across.
Yeah.
You know, like what would you say that is, Ashley, for our audience?
The size of a bread box.
The exact size of a bread box, guys, across, and the exact size of a bread box and a half down.
Yeah.
And
the size of a third of a bread box deep.
So you could like, as soon as like you see it, like as soon as you like look over to the hole, even from a distance, you can see it's empty.
Yeah.
So what he would jump into essentially nothing.
Yeah.
And it would pop out of another hole. You know? Which was weird. Yeah, like it feels like a Gremlins mixed with like a Leprechaun type of a scenario, but I've never seen Leprechauns. I really can't actually denote that to that.
Yeah.
Do y'all believe JD's zany horror stories? Was his calm and delicious tone of voice convincing enough for you? Comment below, like above.
Yeah?
Yeah. Wipe often. Floss never.
What? No, floss daily.
No, Ashley, you have to wipe your dick off only. It's the only part of your body that counts.
Dude, you're putting the pieces together.
It feels like cogs in my mind are turning for the first time, and like cobwebs are like being dusted away.
You're a fucking learning machine.
I'm a neural net processor.
I'm pretty sure we said we'd stop making that joke, but I can't.
I can't.
I just can't.
I love that joke so bad.
Look, would you follow me, motherfucker? I don't want to get snuck up on from behind again.
So Ashley, do you think like the world would be like just a little bit different or insanely different if like the volcanoes, like instead of like there being volcanoes and mountains, they were all just like lava pit sea holes, but like it was still like solid ground, but with like rivers and veins of lava that you can see, just like take like a mountain, like a volcanic mountain that's like erupting,
Yep.
but like inverse that.
Okay,
but
so it's like a crater.
Yeah, it's like a crater with like veins, and there's like black pus, you know, and stuff all around it, and like instead of like mountains, there's just like sinkholes only. Maybe some hills in Texas still, because you know.
Okay, and so it would just like fill with lava and then start overflowing?
No, gravity would just constantly start like sinking it back in. Or maybe it does overflow some. Maybe that's where the black pus on the outside comes from.
Yeah.
Some of our nice, rich, ory veins of lava.
Okay, so why am I picturing that?
No, I'm saying, what, like, do you think it'd be like drastically different on our world if that was like how it was?
Absolutely yes, because a lot of island chains are created by underwater volcanoes.
Yeah, but it would still like it would blow like lava up in the air, and then like create like rain like rocks of like lava rocks that would spill into the ocean, creating like over time. And if it was underwater, then it would still like shoot up, you know. Instead of like erupting up though, like like the physics of it would be
Yeah.
like instead of like the pressure building up, for some reason it's like the pressure is like building downwards, and then it still like pops like a reverse zit like into someone's brain, but the brain is the outer shell of our world, and the zit is the milky, juicy core.
I don't see how that would work with the current laws of physics.
So you would think everything would have to change
Yes.
for that world to even exist?
Yes.
Okay, what would you do if, like, all of a sudden every volcano started to become a sinkhole?
Probably nothing, because it wouldn't affect me much.
You don't think every volcano in the world, even inactive or not, would, like, becoming a sinkhole wouldn't affect you in some way?
I mean, it'd be interesting as hell,
you
but...
don't think the butterfly effect would take place and we'd, like, get tsunami'd or some shit?
I mean, probably, but...
You don't think about these kinds of scenarios often, do you?
I'm no geologist, so I couldn't accurately predict that shit. You know?
God, I told your parents not to send you to that school, and here you are proclaiming proudly how you just amounted to nothing at it.
You told them not to send me to not geology school?
I told them not to send you to geology school, and they sent you anyways, and here you
didn't
are
go.
just being all boasty about that shit, just flunking out.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Bragging about my failed college experience. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, didn't you have a real life failed college experience? Ashley, tell our audience about that.
I mean, I didn't flunk out, I dropped out, but it's not much of a distinction, honestly.
Nice story. Next time on Mohawk County.
Yeah. Ow, my face.